Hello and welcome to another riveting episode of Sipping Coffee with Jeff. I'm Jeff. And today we're not sipping coffee because it's a little late. It's almost noon. I'm sipping tea, Bengal Spice. I don't know if you've ever had it, but it's awesome. It's my favorite. This is the podcast where I talk about anything I want because it's mine. Sometimes we're talking about automation. Sometimes we're talking about life. Sometimes I have guests on. And hopefully this week we're going to connect with a former leader of mine from Amrock who taught me how to be a great leader. She's a strong woman, and I'm curious to hear what she has to say. So yesterday I was supposed to be on, but it is getting real short to the end of the week where I have to leave on vacation. I am going to try and record remotely. I got this fancy gimbal that I've never used, and we'll throw it on my phone, and who knows, maybe you'll get a sipping coffee with Jeff on the, the Atlantic Ocean. So I wanted to kind of make this one a quick recording today. I deal with ADHD pretty badly. I got medicine once because I'm stubborn. I refused to go to the doctor for it. I went to some online doctor and got medicine, but it was too expensive. There was no insurance, and I had to choose between getting my medicine and getting my daughter's for her ADHD. And so I just deal like I have my entire life. And some days are harder than others. Today is one of those days. Actually, it's been that way for last couple days. It's probably a combination of that and a million other things, but it's really hard to get going. It's now 11:46 a.m. I have done some work this morning. Actually, yesterday wasn't a play day for me. It was my son's birthday, and so I spent the day knocking out a web design build and getting that done to the client so they can give me some feedback. And I'm excited to share that with you guys. We'll do a quick review of it and just show you what I do. And then I had to put together a electronic drum set that I bought for my son. He is hugely into music, loves 90s music, Green Day, all of them, the whole grunge scene. It's crazy how he's born in the wrong decade. And he plays guitar, and he has a bass guitar. And he actually wanted to play drums before he got his guitar. And so I finally did it. I picked him up a nice set, Simmons 50, and I was playing around with it yesterday after I set it up. It's pretty cool. I mean, it sounds awesome. It's gig ready. So I'm excited to see how he develops on that. But to go back to what I was saying about the hard to do anything, it's hard to explain. I know what needs to be done, and it is really, really difficult just to force myself to move the mouse in a direction I need. I'll find every reason not to. And I know this isn't isolated to me. A lot of people deal with this. And this is actually, one of the big concerns with working from home. I was thinking about this when I was making my tea. If I was ever like this when I had a job where I woke up and it was hard for me to get things done. And yeah, I was, but I was there. And it's easier to be motivated when you're there, having a boss kind of pushing down your back to get something done, or you could see the faces of the people expecting you to deliver on whatever it is that you need to deliver on. Doesn't mean that you're functioning at 100%, but you're able to actually do something. So I see that argument, and I've felt it a little bit over the last couple of years. I spoke about it in a Facebook post a little while ago about the loneliness of entrepreneurship. That's what I'm kind of talking about. You are here doing it every day by yourself. There's no gratitude. There's no positive reinforcement. There's no... the only immediate reward that an entrepreneur is going to get is the satisfaction of seeing that task done, of delivering a good product to their client, to getting that positive review, or even just seeing their project come to fruition, right? Like that website I built yesterday, it's just a simple 4 or 5 page website, but I was able to whip it together, put it together in a day, make it look really nice for this company, and I think it's going to do well for them, coming from a company that only had a Facebook page. So that was satisfying to me. That kind of makes it worth it. But some days that juice isn't worth the squeeze, so to speak. It's hard. So what I'll do is I'll take a break, go outside, walk around. Some days I'll set a time. I'll block out an hour, throw open a video game, lose myself in a video game for a little bit. Pushing just to push has never worked for me. It's just a non-starter. And I know I said it earlier, just take the first step and the next one becomes easier. That is true. But sometimes the first step's all you could take. Sometimes that first step is as much effort as you can bear. The only thing you can do is try later to take another one, or try again tomorrow. And there's been plenty of days where that's happened to me, where, I just can't do it today. So I'll go shopping. I got other things I got to do. I have an entire family that I have to manage. And so I'll get up and I'll mow the lawn, do the next task. Yeah, it's not making me any money, but if I don't do it, who is? Is it going to get done? Is the pool going to get opened? Right? Like, yeah, family helps out, but it's dad's job to get that done, at least in this household. So there's no shame in it. It is just a reality that I've dealt with now for just about 45 years. And, medicine helped. It did. It helped kind of stay focused on a task. But it's really whatever task you're doing when that medicine kicks in. And it only lasts as long as that medicine lasts. And that's it. So, in this age of information overload and overstimulation, I wonder how much that's actually contributing to the widespread ADHD. I know it existed before. I know it was out there. I know it was a problem, but I don't think it was an epidemic the way it is today. There was a lot of stimulation out there that, it keeps your dopamine levels up here. And we're constantly chasing that. That's why they say don't give kids screen time, but it's a double-edged sword. I like that my kids were raised with screens. They weaned on an iPad, grew up to be in computers. They can operate a computer better than most adults, and they're prepared for the next echelon of society, where we're going to evolve, kind of like the Industrial Revolution, which is where we're at today, into a information revolution, especially with the advent of AI and everything that we have going on. You really have to be able to fluently speak computer. And, that's how I raise my kids, to be there. But it like I said, it is that double-edged sword. the amount of stimulation that comes from that, it is a hard one to give up. It is a hard one to take a break from. You look at the dinner table these days. It never was a thing growing up. Yeah, well, we didn't have phones to begin with, but I don't care if it was a book or whatever it is. Not a person was looking at it. You're looking at your plate. You're having a conversation around a dinner table. It's very difficult these days to get through a dinner without somebody looking at their phone. Their phone. The thing that used to ring on the wall. Yeah, I don't know where I'm going with that, but combine the overstimulation with the wide world, the World Wide Web, the access to unlimited knowledge and unlimited access to resources. And it's easy to get lost. One of the things, the pitfalls with AI that I deal with, and will continue to deal with in my industry, is the overabundance. If you take a look at what an ADHD person experiences, where it's very difficult to focus on a single task longer than a goldfish having a thought. And then you have every single day, because of AI, because of how fast it moves, because of how brilliant it is. It's a culmination of human intelligence all piled up into one giant supercomputer, so to speak. Every single day leads to a new tool being developed, a new process being automated. And so as somebody who sells process automation, as somebody who uses these tools daily, it's very difficult to focus on picking just one. And I don't know if you guys deal with this in your specific industry, but I see it all the time, and it's really prevalent to people looking to build out like software as a service or whatever. Is shiny object syndrome, where you always feel like if you don't move on to the next tool, you're going to be left out in the rain. Like you're going to be passed up. Well, that's not true. It's not. You don't have to be on the latest model. You don't have to be building out the latest process automation. Build out the ones that work and get good at those. And that's a hard thing to do. It's a hard thing to say. And this goes for anything, not necessarily just AI and AI automation. We look at it in marketing as even niching down. So the concept there is you focus on one thing, one industry, one tool, one product, one service, and you get exceptionally good at doing that one thing. You'll learn to anticipate what that thing needs to succeed. You'll learn to anticipate that client's need because you've serviced them so many times. That specific, as say it's a plumber. In my industry, if I was just going to focus on plumbers, I would learn what works best, where the contact forms need to be on their website, what process automations need to work for their specific industry that sell the best. It makes sense. Just saying out loud, it sounds like it makes sense, but it is a very challenging thing for somebody to do. Very hard thing for me to do. I look at things holistically. Oh, well, they're all business owners. They're all small business owners. Why can't they all need this? And that kind of all goes back to what I'm saying here is I don't know if it is a symptom of the overall society that we're in, where we're over inundated, so we feel like we have to do everything at once. And so we either do nothing or we try to do everything and fail. Both are horrible situations. They lead to failure. They lead to falling flat. And so, I guess the message here is take a look at what you've got going on in life and pare it down. We're all taking on too much. You see it even in, Kitchen Nightmares? The Gordon Ramsay show. Where he goes in and the very first thing he does is, let me look at your menu. And you'll see it's like this giant menu with 45 different things. First thing he does is he pares it down to like 4 items. You're not good at 45 different things. You can't do it. Do 4. Do 4 really, really well, and people will come back to you. In my life today, I'm having a bad brain day. I can't do 45 different things. And I have 45 different things to do. I got to pack. I got to go to the store. I got to pick up a couple outfits. I got to pick up some sodas for the drive. I got to make sure the family is set. I've got that website to finish. I have my other businesses I have to run. I have all this stuff. I haven't even got a chance to sit down and fill out my planner for the week. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to stop and I'm going to go focus on one thing. Try and do that one thing very well. And then hopefully, knowing me, around 2 o'clock, I'll start to wake up. My brain will open up a little bit and it can breathe, and I'll be able to come down here and I'll slam out some things over the next 3 hours and get them done. But yeah, take a look at what you got going on in life. And if you're feeling overwhelmed or you find yourself in that situation where you're lost, can't get any work done, you're the one that's going to have to get it done. But my suggestion is take a step back, find that one thing that you can do, and get that one thing done. The next one will start to get a little bit easier at when you get to it. So that's it for today. I know it's a short one, but I just wanted to force myself to actually get the recording done, get it out here, have my tea. Now I'm going to have a nice protein-packed lunch, and we got the gym later. I think it's leg day, so I'll be crying tomorrow. But until tomorrow, have a great one. Bye now.